This is the final part, isn't it? Okay, I probably should have beefed up a little bit more, but I didn't know this was the final part. And I think we get one more box, if I remember correctly. I think we get one final box. Okay, there doesn't appear to be any items over here, so I think we can ignore that. I don't remember this part being this short, but maybe it is that short. Oh, you know why? I know why I think it's short. It's because there's another part. Oh no, this is not the part I was thinking it was. This is the part I was severely hoping it wasn't. Ow. Dude, fuck off. I can't even do anything. The game will not register input. Fucking stupid. Let me register input. Let me select my fucking items. Okay, you know what? Let's not do this stupidly this time. Let's be smart. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. Sick of this bullshit. I'm really not dealing with that. Pick up the bomb, Ethan. Thanks, dude. Another crawly fucker, right? That's weird. I swear to God I remember another crawly man being here, but maybe not. I thought I did. Okay, let's get the bombs out again, just to be sure. Okay, that guy's way over there. He's not gonna pose a problem. That will. Why do I keep getting boxed in? Like, allow me to do things. I hate that shit. It's like I'm trying to be strategic in my approach and the game is not allowing me room to do it without punishment. It's just very, very, very stupid to me. Like, there's not really a lot of purpose to it. Seems kinda overkill, but whatever. Okay, that part is done. Only took one reset. Okay, this is the part that I thought was coming up. This is why I grabbed the grenade launcher. There we go. Okay, now I can equip it. This is why I grabbed the G launcher. Yeah, that. Bullshit. Let me move. Get off me, fat boy. I was gonna say, he cannot be going for much longer than that. Okay, let's grab the herb. Whatever this is. Strong chem fluid, okay. It's cool. That makes up for the heals that I had to waste. Once again, due to nonsensical bullshit game. So, given that you guys know how my memory works at this point, seeing as how I talk about it so often, another way that I can prove that I've done Madhouse mode is one of the ways to dynamically change this sequence is they put mines here. Like, they put tripwire bombs up the ladder, so you can't just try and run past these guys. Because what you could do, theoretically, is you could shoot a grenade round at them, knock them over, and while they're getting back up, you can actually climb that entire ladder in that frame of time. But they actually put bombs up here to keep you from doing so. And they're really hard to see, if I remember correctly, because you don't expect them to be there. So that's just a weird little, like, obstinate detail that, like, I remember about this part. But there we go. That's the final segment done. Thank God. Only took one reset, and it was due to bullshit, so, like, whatever. That's cool. That's fine. Okay, I think they do maybe give you one more opportunity with the cages, but I don't think so. I was thinking they might, but, like, now I'm, like, wondering why they would. Okay, so they give you a map of the mine, which is kind of stupid because you don't need a map of the mine at this point. You're already done with the mine. Why would you need a mine map when you're already done with the section? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Whatever, though. Can you guess where we are? That's right, we're back here. And this is where shit doesn't make any sense. Why does this salt mine connect with the guest house of the Baker estate? Why is this a thing? Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's one detail about this room that wasn't here before. This wheelchair was never here. That doll was, but the wheelchair wasn't.
It's not here. It's gone. It's gone.
This is kind of why I hate the final segment of this game. Because I don't understand how the fuck that passage would lead here. Why would it lead here? For what reason would that be the case? It just, geographically, does not make a lot of sense. It's kinda doofy. Also, I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing on this part. Or on these parts, should I say, because the ship was so fucking nightmarish. No, it's kinda your fault. Little fucking cunt brat. Lucky I don't take my advanced rounds to your fucking dome. Give it time. You wanna know what's stupid about the flashback, though? We can't go into the fucking secret place in the fucking... They boarded all this up. It's bullshit. We could do a whole nother do-si-do rondo of the entire game before going up here.
It's okay. It's okay. It's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
But you shouldn't have done that.
See, that's very stupid, because even before Eveline said anything...
Want to be my daddy? Then he can die.
So even before Eveline said anything, Mia was already talking crazy.
Time to kill you.
Like, this shit is so stupid. Like, this whole fucking... Like, this whole theme right here is just dumb. Like, this whole thematic is kind of just retarded.
You're gonna be one of us. And then maybe you'll play nicely.
I'm not playing.
No! Get that away from me!
I don't want your help.
Stupid bitch. This ain't the beginning of the game. You can't do the same shit you did last time. I have upgraded weapons and shit now. You try and do that shit now, I will put you on your ass. That's kinda creepy. Maybe if I were trying to advertise toys, like I was a toy company or something. Like, okay. But I'm not. We're Ethan Winters. We're advertising Pantene and Garnier Fructis. Get off. Get off. You're not scary, you're just annoying. Go away. Your after images can't hurt me. Imagine if we actually had to fight Mia at the end. Like, imagine we had another chainsaw duel. That'd be cool.
Get away!
Fuck off.
No, you don't!
Yes, I do.
No, no!
Yep.
No!
It's gonna happen.
No, no, no!
I'm gonna stick you. She hates needles. She has a fear of syringes. That's what it is. Guess who it is? It's Granny. This is also really stupid. Like, this is where you're supposed to feel pity for her, but she just sucks. Like, number one, she's a bioweapon. Number two, she's been a fucking cunt this entire time. Good, I hope it does. You suck. You've sucked from the beginning of the game. Nice reference, though. Now we just gotta blow her up to make that line make sense. What weaponry do we have? We forgot the Magnum. Joy. Let's hope I brought enough rounds. Ow. Ow. Didn't know she could do that. It is kind of weird that it wraps back around to the guest house, and this is where the final boss fight takes place. Little boy with an upgraded fucking shotgun and really beefy pistol rounds. Ow. Talk shit, get hit, I suppose. That's fine. No, that's the death scream, but we're not actually dead, so that's inaccurate. Ow. Can I have a chance to shoot you, please? And I just want you to shut the fuck up and die, so we both want things. Yeah, so if you haven't gathered, this is the final boss fight. And it's kinda doofy. It's a little bit stupid. It's kinda scripted, and it's kinda dumb. I think RE8's final boss was so much fucking better than this. Miranda was actually a really cool fucking fight. There we go. We killed the final boss. That was the final boss fight. The regular molded are more dangerous than this final boss. It's kind of a letdown. It doesn't even cinematically look cool, it just kinda sucks. And now she crumbles into cube cheese. GG. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot about this. This shit was so stupid. Guess who this is? This is Chris Redfield, according to Resident Evil 7. So, my canon for that is that Capcom was so embarrassed by boulder punching steroid Chris in Resident Evil 5 that they tried to give him a ginger glow up to try and do away with that whole thing. So it was just a massive cover up. So yeah, Mia's here in the chopper. Mia's fine. They cured her. Everything's okay. She's no longer affected by the necrotoxin bullshit.
Did I?
Or the mold, or whatever. So it's a happy ending. We fly off into the sunset, everything's fine. Which I think is bullshit. And there's all of Louisiana in very low resolution.
Well, a door closed tonight.
Yeah, but now we have to look forward to Resident Evil 8, Ethan.
What a long night it was. But not just for me.
And then it's kind of weird, because in Resident Evil 8, they go back to steroidy giant Chris Redfield.
So
It's really weird.
It was that thing, Eveline, who made them that way. But now Eveline's dead.
So just to put it into perspective, this has been, what, like a 13-14 hour playthrough? Maybe?
Just come to terms with
We'll see the game time at the end. But this game is beatable in like 3 hours.
Put all this behind us.
So, like, over the course of this one stream, we could have beaten the game had I actually known where the fuck to go and what I was doing. So, if I was speedrunning this game, I could probably beat it, like, right off the bat in, like, 2 hours. But yeah, there you go. That's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So, the only thing I really learned that I didn't remember before is that they referenced the, metamycete. And I guess the megamycete was just cultivated by Miranda, or something like that. But I still don't understand the connection between the two. I still don't understand the connection. Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, I wanted to know if the mycete originated in that village, you know, through Miranda's research. And I get that Eveline is being transported from one facility to another, but that doesn't make sense. Like, that doesn't calculate. Where did Eveline come from? She's a bioweapon, and she was engineered, obviously, but, like, where was she residing before this? Like, I don't fully understand this still. So, I was hoping by revisiting this game that would provide me some sort of context, and it didn't. So yeah, now that I've played through Biohazard again, and I can take the rose-tinted glasses off, and I can set aside whatever, you know, piety I have for this game, and being infatuated with it when it first released, I remember back on the initial release of this game that I hated the second half of the campaign. I remember disliking the fuck out of it, and now I remember why. All of those segments are fucking geared toward trial and error, and I hate that shit. That mine sequence is fucking dumb. There's nothing unique about it. There's no boss to fight in it that would have made it cool and like pulled the whole thing together. It just kinda sucks. The end of the game feels lazily slopped out. Like, yeah, you get all your answers through the research, but there's nothing to serve as an opposition for you. Like, if Lucas had made his way into the mine, and you had to confront Lucas as Ethan, or whatever, to get the ability to create the necrotoxin for Eveline, that would have been better, I think. Like, I'm not a game designer, I'm not a programmer, so I can't criticize what I don't have a lot of experience in doing, obviously. But critiquing the game from a perspective of, like, I've played Resident Evil for a very long time, ever since I was a young child. The structure of this game is just really, really poor in certain places. Like, the consistency it delivers for how well the segments are orchestrated is very all over the fucking place in this game. So, like I said, like the very beginning, when you're first trying to hide and escape from Jack, and you're trying to keep quiet, is really cool, because, like, you don't have any resources. It's purely survival. You don't know what the fuck is going on. It thrusts you into a really extreme, wild situation, and you have no idea how to manage it or reason with it. And you literally have no resources. Like, you have no recourse. You have no options. You don't know the getaway routes. You don't know. It's just an impending hazard that you know you want to stay away from. And that's really cool. And then, as you're slowly getting a grip on reality again, and you're arming yourself with weapons that you find around the house through scavenging and foraging, and, like, picking up the keys to be able to unlock the different places or whatever with the print doors and stuff like that. Like, that whole thing is cool. And then you finally get out of the house, like one nightmare into another, with the guest house or whatever, where there's the house on the lake, and you have to deal with Marguerite and all her bugs and shit. And, like, the creepy nursery that's all dark and mold infested or whatever. It's actually a really cool concept to explore and couple with that second segment. So Jack being your first major obstacle for the first part of the game Marguerite being your secondary obstacle is really cool, but I think they could have done the segment with the bug house and the flamethrower better. I think now that they have more dynamic experience from making a game like Resident Evil 8, so like, let's say, like, you have this section with Heisenberg in the factory, and you have the Sturm Rotor Man with like the propeller for a head from Frankenstein's army, right? That segment was so much more dynamic and so much more cool and so much more unique than the bug section of the house in this game. So after you escape from Jack and you go into the lake house and you deal with Marguerite or whatever, and you have the insects that you gotta burn away with the flamethrower, I think it would have been a lot cooler if her insects actually like molded themselves into like creatures that you had to fight, like amalgamations or something. But instead you just get a whole bunch of swarms of annoying gnats and mosquitoes that you have to bat away. And you just have to navigate around and through them with limited resources, admittedly. So that made that section kind of frustrating. The Marguerite fight is really cool, but again, I wish it had more dynamic to it. Like, her crawling around on the walls like a spider was really, really cool. And like that kind of thing, but I feel like it could have been more unique. Like, it could have been more dynamically approached. So I think Capcom in designing boss fights in later games is just a lot more cool. I don't know. So, revisiting this Resident Evil, now that I don't have any rose-tinted glasses for its initial release, I think it's a definite 7 out of 10 for me. It's nowhere near the 9 that I initially gave it. And I have to dock points for it on account of the blatantly silly, arduous nonsense of needing to restart segments for no fucking reason due to the procedurally generated random spawns of enemies that you can't account for. Leading to restart after restart after restart is not necessary. If they would have equipped you beforehand so you could contend with what they threw at you, it would be fine. But they don't. You have no resources. You don't even have up to 5 bullets to deal with that kind of shit, and it's just stupid. So throwing the crawly fuckers at you when you have no health upgrades, you have no resources, no weapons, no nothing, no ways, no avenues to circumvent the kind of hurdles they throw at you is just very poorly designed. It's just not good. Another complaint that I have definitely falls on the controls and the complications with trying to do certain things at certain times and the game just not allowing you to do it. The navigation of the menu being complex for no fucking reason when it should be a simplified kind of approach, and it's disguised as a simplified approach, is just not welcomed. Being clusterfucked by enemies and not being able to have ample room on account of their aggression to be able to back off and give ample room to strategize your approach is also not welcomed. Earlier on in the game, I found at multiple times, in multiple enemy encounters, sometimes enemies would take 3 well-placed shots to the head. Other times they would take like 9 well-placed shots to the head. Aside from that, some enemies would take like 3 or 4 bullets to kill, while others took like 25. And like, there were times when I shot Molded in the basement in the first half of the game, in the body with like 4 shotgun rounds, and they would not die. And then I pumped them additionally with an extra 12 pistol rounds, and they would not die. Like, that enemy dynamic fucking sucks. There is no consistency. You can't set any sort of expectation, and the player can't be expected to strategize around things that are inconsistent. Like, okay, if I have a pistol and I shoot an enemy 7 or 8 times and it doesn't die, I'm gonna pull out the shotgun and then shoot it 1 more time, and I expect it to be fucking dead. Especially if it's the initial enemy that you throw at me. Vice versa, if I shoot an enemy once with the shotgun in the body or in the head and it doesn't die, I'm gonna pull out my pistol. I'm not gonna risk another shotgun round going to waste, because if I'm viewing it in terms of damage values, let's say a shotgun blast does 20, and a pistol round does 5, okay? I'm not going to expend another 4 pistol rounds opposed to 1 shotgun shell. I'd rather keep the shotgun shell. Like, they should be equivalent. But that's not how the game works. So if I blast an enemy with 2 shotgun shells, when it would have taken 1 shotgun round and like 2 or 3 pistol shots, that's just me wasting another shotgun shell. You see what I mean? So that's why I transition my weapons out so frequently, and you see me do it throughout the course of the playthrough. Is that's conservational, preservational instinct kicking in for survival horror, given that I have a lot of experience with this genre. And I don't like it when my experience is dumbed down and not well placed. So by playing this game again, they're basically trying to convey to me that I'm not as good at survival horror games as I like to think I am. And I know that's not accurate, and that's not accurate to the dynamic that they try to present with this game. Because the consistency with the enemy health thresholds is all over the fucking place. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I can kill a boss with like 13 shotgun shots, but you're telling me it takes 4 shotgun shots to kill a basic enemy? Fuck off. Fuck off with that. I'm sorry, fuck off with that. It makes no sense. It creates an illusion of, I should be able to tackle X enemy with X amount of resources, and you can't. Because spontaneously, unbeknownst to you, that enemy will have double the health value that it initially had. And if this was a game like Resident Evil Revelations, when you go into raid mode and you could see the health values of things, you could see how effective each weapon is against each target, and have it feel organic. Yes, it would pull you out of the immersion of the atmosphere that the game is trying to present, but I would like that a hell of a lot better than, I'm gonna pump 7 shotgun rounds into this casual normal enemy, this normie enemy, and then get fucked and end up wasting a lot of resources and just have to heal 4 times because the enemy won't die. That kind of shit is unnecessary to me. I don't get the point of doing it like that. And it seems very childish, and it seems very, what's the word? Not having a lot of experience. Like, it seems juvenile, like inexperienced, is dumb. Like, at this stage of the game, I expect Capcom to know how the fuck to make good enemy values. If this was Resident Evil 1 or 2, and you had to shoot a zombie with like 12 or 13 rounds to kill it, and then you fight Tyrant, and it takes like 100 pistol shots, that would be a good dynamic. It's the fucking Tyrant. You wouldn't expect to pop down the Tyrant with like 25 or 30 pistol rounds if one zombie takes 13 rounds. You see what I mean? Now, like, if you pull out the shotgun and you blast the Tyrant with like 15 shotgun rounds, you blast it with the Magnum twice, you blast it with the grenade launcher 3 times, that's probably worthy of a Tyrant death. For that kind of stage of enemy, for that much of a threat. That would seem contrastive and that would seem good. But this game creates a false illusion, it creates a false dynamic. And that's fucking dog shit. It's unnecessary. It overshadows the experience of the game, and it makes it feel very disingenuous, and it just seems very dumb. And practically all the restarts that I had to do in this game were on account of situations like that, where I feel like I aptly strategized, and I approached a situation well, and I just wasn't allowed to do, you know, like 27 fucking restarts. I missed 5 bobbleheads, Jesus Christ, I missed 2 coins. So I guess they give you 1 coin, just in case you, like, happen to miss one. So they give you, like, leeway of 1 coin. And, we never got the stabilizer upgrade. Weapon Albert has been added to the item box. And we get the Secrets of Defense as well. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for Resident Evil 7. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Those are my thoughts on the game. Aside from the complaining, I think the gritty presentation is really well done in this game. Like, the toning of this game is really visceral, and it's very guttural. It's very horror, and it's very just, like, it makes it feel like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. Like, if this game were to have a filter of a gritty VHS tape, you'd feel like you're watching a horror movie. Like a very aged, classic horror movie. And that's really good. And I think this game wore that identity on its sleeve incredibly well. And I had that opinion of it when I first played it, similarly. So, that's going to do it for Resident Evil 7. There are 2 story-based DLCs for the game that I do plan to tackle. So, the series will continue so I can tackle those 2. DLCs, but I don't know if I'm going to be playing the VHS tapes, the banned footage. From what I understand, there is one banned footage volume, I think it's called Daughters, that gives some context that precedes the events of the game and where the game starts. So I think we will be doing that, but I don't think we'll be doing any of the other banned footage, because I took a look at it and it just seems like silly stuff that I don't really take any particular interest in. And it doesn't really mesh well with the rest of the game. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a great playthrough. All bullshit aside, it's really cool to revisit this game.